everybody. Good evening. My name is Alan, and on behalf of the crew, I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Bridging Heaven and Earth. You know, we're coming to the end of the 5th season, and we've had, probably over 100 guests now, maybe close to 150, and they're all in their own way trying to express that dedicated to the oneness, that experience of love, that transcendental experience in their own way and in their own manifestation of that love. And tonight, again, we have people with us whose lives are really dedicated to expressing, to teaching, to living the expression of love and the dedication to that experience that we all share, no matter what race, religion, color, creed, nationality, all the things that we think are different are really not. And they're here tonight to share that with you with their special ways and their love. First of all, we have Devananda Giri, who's a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine, and he's a Tai Chi Quan practitioner. And we have some videos of Devananda doing different forms and katas that are extremely precise and beautiful. They're really just moving meditations. And we also, which we've never had before, interestingly enough, we have a group here to play classical Indian music, and they've been playing during the setup here, and it's just really extraordinary, and it really can bring you into a place of connectedness. So the leads on the musical people are Montino Bourbon, who's a master musician, and he's a director of the local Academy of Universal Music. And we also have with him Pandit Hamnath Upanyaya. Now, I don't know if I got that just right, I tried, but I usually don't even get the English names right. So, and he's a court musician for the King of Nepal. So, I mean, we're really honored to have the people with us that we have tonight. So, there's just so much available for us tonight that please join with me in a meditation to put you in that state as close as we can to love, and let tonight's energy and tonight's experience bring us further into that expression of oneness. So please join me in a short meditation, and then we're going to have an extraordinary show. So please join me. Thank you. And now we're going to have a video. As I said, Devananda is a Tai Chi practitioner. And the first video we're going to show, and the reason we did it, usually we like to do everything live and everything on the set, because this is a live show when we first tape it. I mean, when it goes out to the different cities all across the country and internationally now, it's obviously not live, but it is being seen by people now live. So what we're trying to show is it's a sword form. It's an extremely beautiful sword form. It's the 54 movement Yang style sword form, and it's our first one that you'll see tonight, and I think you'll really enjoy it very much. So also, just try to feel it as a moving meditation. Try to see it and try to experience it, to see the concentration and the love that Devananda puts into it. So as you're watching it, use that as your context. Use the context of him showing love that way. So whenever it's ready in the control room, can we run that? All right, well, I guess they're busy queuing it up. So let me just tell you about the other movements we're going to show tonight. We're going to show you a bunch of movements with Devananda doing teaching forms, and we have videos of him teaching a student of his, which are really informative and really beautiful. But I think we have the sword form now, so take it away. That was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you see what I mean about why we didn't want to do it live. We would have lost half the audience and another half of the crew with that sword going around. So I'm here on the set with Devananda. Welcome, Devananda.
Thank you, Alan. Thank
so
you.
why don't you explain to people a little bit, like, I mean, I did a little bit with, Tai Chi being a walking meditation, but obviously there's just the depth of, why don't you explain to people what, it is for you?
Well, Tai Chi is a very big subject, and I'll start by defining Tai Chi. Tai Chi means grand, ultimate. Quan, which means boxing. So, in essence, Tai Chi is a martial art boxing form of China. And Tai Chi means the yin-yang boxing, as epitomized by that yin-yang symbol. From yin-yang, from undifferentiated consciousness, yin-yang developed, which means undifferentiated matter. From undifferentiated matter, yin-yang, 5 elements, agua, the 8 trigrams, and the whole manifest universe came into existence. Now, it's called yin-yang boxing because Tai Chi incorporates the yin-yang principles of heaven and earth, up and down, fire and water.
All the supposed dualities, all the supposed opposites.
Dualities,
right.
quiescence and motion, hardness and softness. Now, Tai Chi Chuan is differentiated from Shaolin boxing, let's say, because it's practiced.
Quan Kane, is that from the television show? Yeah, that's what that was? The
Shaolin boxing, which is an external style. And Tai Chi is considered a Neigong or internal style. Because it's practiced through slow movements. The forms are done very slowly and with breath control and awareness in each movement. The energy, the breath energy is brought down to the Dan Tien, which is an area below the navel, and circulated throughout the channels of the body. Therefore, in each movement, you perform this type of visualization where you're extending energy through the different limbs of your body. So it's an internal style, and it's a very in-depth practice.
And how did you're a Western, you're from Canada, right?
Yes,
originally?
yes.
And how did you, get mixed up in this? You were in China and Tibet, in those places, that's where you really started learning it, is that right?
Well, I lived in India for quite a number of years. That got me in touch with traditional philosophy. And I have a spiritual master in India, and so I was well on the path. In '87, I started to study Oriental medicine, shiatsu, acupuncture, and at that time I started my practice of Tai Chi Chuan. I started in the Wu style, and I practiced Wu style for 2 years. Then I moved to Santa Barbara and practiced the Dong style, which is a type of Yang style. And when I went to China after the completion of my acupuncture training, I continued my study of the Yang style. I've been to China twice. I lived there for about 1.5 years. I have 2 teachers, Master Liu Hung, who is a 6th generation Yang stylist. His teacher was Yang Cheng Fu of the Yang family, grandson of Yang Luchun, and my other teacher of the Chen style is a student of Ling Jian, who is a disciple of
So there's an incredible lineage behind the teachings that you've been getting, right?
Yeah, there's an incredible lineage,
and
I feel, I'm getting that transmission.
So you're feeling part of that depth of experience, that longevity, that root going back till time began, till in the beginning was the word.
Yeah,
and then
in the beginning was the word, and in the beginning was the opening stance of Tai Chi Chuan, and that progressed into the movements, the manifest universe of Tai Chi, and the whole sequence of the creation and preservation, destruction is all found in the sequence.
And how many movements would you say you practice or you teach people? Are there 5 that you really have to learn carefully, or are there 5,000 that you can just go on and on with different forms and katas, I guess they're called?
Well, Tai Chi Chuan has different sections. You start off with the standing meditation.
Now we have a tape of that. Why don't you? That's the first tape we're going to show, right? Why don't you try to explain that, and then we'll see the tape, and then we'll come back.
It starts with the standing meditation, moves into the slow forms, then it continues into Tui Shou, or shadow boxing, San Shou, choreographic boxing, and moves into weapons. So it's a complete system of martial arts and internal practice.
And so the meditation, is there ever a sitting meditation, or is it always a movement meditation in a sense?
Well, the standing meditation is used in Qigong and Tai Chi as a meditation form.
I see. So yeah, why don't you describe a little more, because I guess you did that with your student Richard, and we have that on tape that we did. So describe that a little, and then whenever they're ready, we'll start showing that.
Okay, in the beginning of our class and training, we stand in the meditation pose, which epitomizes all the essentials of Tai Chi Chuan form. And this is where we bring ourselves into tune with our energy.
And this is the starting of the practice, to really get in balance as best you can to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So you're in the right frame of mind to practice the form.
Okay, do we have that queued up? Okay, whenever you're ready, just let's see that. That's Devananda with Richard.
In Tai Chi Chuan, the first and foremost practice is standing meditation. We begin this at the beginning of each class. This is my student Richard Cole, and he's going to help me demonstrate the Jian Zhuang, or standing meditation. Richard? Standing meditation epitomizes the right posture that we assume in Tai Chi Chuan in our form practice. The spine is erect, straight, like in yoga, to keep the free flow of energy moving. The tail, or the sacrum, is slightly tucked in. This enables the spine to be erect. The chin is tucked in slightly to open up the jade pillow point at the back of the head, and to open up the Bai Hui point, or the 100 meeting place point. This is where the heaven energy enters the body. The arms are kept erect, but with a slight bend. The fingers are straight, the thumbs are relaxed. There's a fist distance between the torso and the forearm. The shoulders are relaxed, the elbows are dropped. So this epitomizes the relaxed state that you keep during your form practice. The knees are bent, with the knees directly over the toes, but not in front of the toes. And you're balancing on the bubbling spring point, Yong Chuan point, at the ball of the foot. During this meditation, we bring our energy and mind to the Dantian, which is a place 3 inches below the navel, a point 3 inches below the navel. So we sink our breath and our mind into that point. From here we begin what's called the microcosmic orbit meditation, where we sink our breath to the Dantian, and then with our mind and breath we circulate the energy through the perineum, into the lower back, up the spine, into the jade pillow point, over the head to the bai hui, to the third eye, and this again we breathe in and we sink our energy to the dantian again. This is a microcosmic orbit meditation and the standing meditation of Tai Chi Chuan. Haola.
Hi, everybody. That was fantastic. So I hope you got a feel for it. We'll see some more, but now we're honored to have Montino and Hamnath lead Bowie and Joss in just a set of incredible classical, Indian classical music. So whenever you're ready for that, just set it up and play. So I think you're in for an extraordinary experience. So just really relax, cool out, and let it happen.
Good evening, friends. I'd like to introduce my friend Homnath, who's been here for just a few months now and whom I met about 20 years ago. Homnath Upadhyaya is a court musician for the King of Nepal, and I'm very, very honored to have him be here and play with us. And I also would like to introduce Joss Jaffe and Bowie Jaffe, who are both students in the Academy of Universal Music. My name is Montino Bourbon del Monte, and I'm the director of the Academy of Universal Music, where we learn all of the instruments that you see here and more. We also have a solstice group that you'll see in the Solstice Parade Saturday, and we've been rehearsing for about 2 months now. Now you're going to hear a song that was composed by my teacher, and then we arranged it into an orchestral piece. And so here you're seeing a chamber group playing this song, Dana Dana Bhagi, in the raga Gorak Kalyan. So we'll start right off.
Thank you, everybody. That was beautiful. Thank you. That was great. So we're back here on the set with Devananda. So how do you feel when you're doing it, and when the whole practice is happening, when you're doing the forms? What is your experience internally? Do you feel like a connectedness, a oneness, a love, a bliss? Why don't you describe that?
I feel I feel well connected with my inner being. I feel a free flowing of energy and thought in my body, and quite aware of everything around me. And we do the form in the park, Alice Keck Park. And
that's a local park for people in Santa Barbara. This is all over the world, so people aren't going to know where Alice Keck Park is. But so we have to tell her. We have to be simple.
The energy is magnificent in that park. And
Alice was a great lady.
Alice, she did it for us. And the birds are chirping, and the fish are bobbing, and the fish pond, and the turtles are.
And Tai Chi Chuan is a tremendous practice, both for internal connectedness and physical well-being, right? How would you describe its physical attributes in terms of health and?
Well, because you're aligning body, mind, and breath, and performing these exercises in a very slow, repetitive fashion, you massage your internal organs. It has the product of doing giving wonderful health. As for example, Chen Manqing, who was a student of Yang Chung Fu, had tuberculosis in the 20s in Shanghai, and through the practice of Tai Chi Chuan, he cured himself of that disease. He stopped his Tai Chi Chuan practice for a number of months. The disease came back.
Wow.
And then he continued to practice again, and it was removed.
And we're going to show a video in a little while of the 24 movement Yang style. Why don't you describe that a little, so when they see it, the audience, they can get a feel for what you're doing. It's a very beautiful video. So why don't you describe its intent? 24
movement Yang style is a synthesis of the long form 108 movement form. It was created in China in the 50s as a short form for young and old alike to practice conveniently and comfortably. The 108 form is intense, so I teach it as a first form in my class, so students can get a handle on Tai Chi Chuan in a relatively short period of time. And
this is without weapons, so this is part of one of the 5 different categories in a sense, right?
Yeah, it's the form training in hand form training. The first part of Tai Chi.
And in order to do this properly, you just really have to be concentrated yet relaxed at the same time. It's that the duality becoming one in a sense.
Right. There's an element of force there, just to maintain the structure of your body. But within that hardness, you have to maintain the softness and relaxation. And at that point, the energy moves in the body.
Right, when harmony is reached between the...
Right, the yin-yang principle.
Okay,
harmony.
So whenever we're ready, why don't we show that video? was fantastic. That was really great. So you've been like studying and practicing for like 12 years now. Did you take to it right away? I mean, it just felt right to you as a means of like moving and expressing yourself and all?
When I started to study Oriental medicine in '87, that's when I took the study of Tai Chi, and it was just a natural expression of my desire to get into Oriental tradition more so.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture,
Yes.
and all that. So there's like a real blend of the Orientalism. I mean, so there's a real like depth of experience for you in like the Oriental tradition.
Right, and the acupuncture and the shiatsu massage that I do and herbal medicine, Tai Chi Quan, it all helps to keep the flow of the channels open and clear vision and clear mind.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's like, you know, mind, body, spirit, all kind of wrapped in together.
Right.
And your draw was to it was in this Oriental tradition in a way.
right, and I use the Tai Chi as a health exercise for people that come to me for acupuncture and Chinese medicine also.
And you're going back for like a year to study more with these masters with the long lineages, right?
I'm going back in February for 6 months to study with my teachers again.
But didn't you tell me that the whole trip is going to be like over a year?
Yeah,
You're going to be over in the Orient for a year or so?
I'm going to India on a pilgrimage and to Thailand to study Thai massage.
So the next video we have coming up is you working with Richard again and teaching him different. This isn't the meditation kata, the meditation form. These are others. Why don't you describe those so we have a feel for it?
Well, this is the Chuan aspect of, or the boxing aspect of Tai Chi, and you have to practice the form in a precise manner because they're martial arts applications. And so in this clip, I'm demonstrating the martial arts applications of some of the form, four segments of the form.
And Richard's a student of yours at this time. And how long has he been studying? I mean, how...
Richard has been studying for over 6 months with me, and he's completed 24 movement, 40 movement, and 108 movement form, and he's perfecting those forms, and we're going to start on sword form soon.
Now, in Taekwondo and other types of martial arts, there are like degrees and belts and brown belts and black belts. Does Tai Chi have that in any of the traditions, or...?
The Chinese martial arts don't have degrees of belts or anything like that, but my teacher said that 3 years of intense Tai Chi Chuan practice, from 3 years of intense Tai Chi Chuan practice, you'll get Gong Fu, which means skill. So it would take,
You're the man after 3 years.
take about 3 years of practice to start the energy flowing.
Okay, so I guess whenever we're ready, let's see the clip of Devananda working with his student Richard and doing some of the martial arts.
Hola. Next, I'd like to demonstrate the fighting applications found in the form in our Tai Chi Chuan practice. The first form is grass bird's tail. Begins like this. One more time. Now I'd like to demonstrate wild horse parts its mane. next form application is called White Crane Spreads Its Wings. A lot of the time the aggressor will grab the person's neck. It's a good break of that kind of hold. The next form is called twist step to the left and kick with right heel. I'll demonstrate.
Fantastic. So, I guess again we're nearing the end of the show, and it's just I just want to thank Devananda and all the players and Montino and Hamnath for coming, and Joss and Bowie. So I don't know what experience you're having now, but I just feel really feel love and really feel connected. And as you know, that's what the show's about, and as we say it all the time, dedicated to the oneness. And we really know that people can have that experience of being connected to everything and everyone, and that's what we try to do on this show, and people put a lot of time and energy into it. Also, please check out our website, www.heaventoearth.com. Good night. God bless you.